vlog, episode 2, I think. I don't know how I'm gonna chop these. I've just filmed a bunch of clips and we'll see what happens. It is currently Labor Day. I just worked my little retail side gig and just got home. I saw my mom today and she delivered a bunch of newspaper, which means I can start wrapping some of my breakables. Very exciting. And we're gonna go through my mug collection, shall we? For me personally, mugs are very hard. I need a new mug like I need a hole in the head. So really what I need to do is use this as an opportunity to go through my collection and get rid of a few things. So y'all are here to hold me accountable. I want to get rid of at least 3. That's the goal. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that's what I would want. Behold, the mug collection. All right, you're welcome. I'm speeding through all of this because initially I really did have about 8 minutes of me talking about coffee mugs in detail. Like, bitch, how do you have that much to say? And why do you think anyone cares? Fascinating. The only child in me really jumped out here. This raw, unedited clip is about 20 minutes long. Imagine having this much to say about coffee mugs. The thing about moving that is like me probably being too deep and taking things too seriously is I feel like you kind of have to mourn all of the versions of yourself that you used to be that kind of died while you were living in a certain space. But it is a very cathartic feeling knowing you are like laying to rest all of your past selves and like only going into a new space, like authentically where you're at in the present, you know? Okay, I got rid of 5 mugs. Holy shit. This box is also barely full, but it's so heavy now. I would say I can also start to pack like wine glasses and shot glasses, but definitely gonna need those in the next few weeks. So we will stop with mugs for now.
About the Porsche, I'm gonna hit that.
Shut the up.
It is Tuesday at 11:30. My landlord is showing the apartment tomorrow to a few people. I'm gonna be out of the house. I'm actually going to the Kacey Musgraves like one night only visual album in theaters, which I'm very excited about. And it also just happens to coincide with when he wants to show the place, which is great. Technically, he's allowed us to be here when he's doing these walkthroughs, but I feel like that's awkward if you were trying to like decide if you wanted to move into an apartment and the current tenant is just like,
hey bestie.
So there are no expectations for the way that the place needs to look, but just for my own comfort level and because it is ultimately beneficial to me to have a clean apartment, I do need to do some cleaning today. I have a whole list of shit I need to do.
Vacuum, clean the bathroom, clean the microwave, gotta get that, patch the hose.
You'll never believe this. I cleaned the bathroom and after days of using it, it's gotten dirty again. So today, when I'm not working, it's gonna be a little bit of a cleaning day.
She's really good.
When there's too much drama at school, all you gotta do is walk away.
Are you gonna stay balanced on the little volume knobs on my stereo? Okay. I had Zoom therapy at 7:30 in the morning. Seemed like a great idea when I booked the appointment 3 weeks ago, but waking up this morning was a little bit of a struggle Tina. But that did mean when the session wrapped, it was only 8:15 and I had the better part of 2 hours before I needed to log on to work for the day. So went grocery shopping, treated myself to a little Starbucks as a reward for waking up early and talking about my feelings for 45 minutes. Iced Americano, no room, if you were wondering. Should have just gone to Trader Joe's to grocery shop, but I needed a few like brand name staple items and the Starbucks that I go to is right near a Giant. So I figure, just go, Lauren. It's not that awful. I have this narrative in my head that the Giant near me is the worst, which if you live in Arlington, you probably know which Giant I'm talking about, because it is actually pretty awful. I went there thinking it won't be so bad. I'll get the things that I need. I'll spend less money than I would at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. I feel like regular Giant is more expensive. They didn't even have like most of the brand name things that I went for. They didn't actually have a lot of stuff. I guess they were stocking. I don't know if they stock early in the morning, but there was a lot of employees wandering around and a lot of boxes and a lot of aisles that were closed off. So I guess maybe, but now I can check that off my to-do list. Mostly I still need to eventually go grocery shopping again to get the things that I actually really needed. But for now, time to get to work. I'm going to the Kacey Musgraves movie later today, so that's something to look forward to. And it just so happens to coincide with when my landlord needs me out for another apartment showing. And hopefully the people he shows it to today like it, because I cannot keep getting kicked out of my own apartment. This is now the second time. Grocery reveal: almond milk, coffee creamer, raspberries, plums, lemons, pasta sauce, watermelon, spinach, salmon, crackers, risotto, pasta, and Greek yogurt. And now it's time to start working. Before I even open my laptop for the day, I write out my to-do list on my notebook, just as a time to like center myself, think about my priorities for the day, get everything in order, and really contextualize what needs to be done before I dive in. I feel like this helps me clear my head and not get super overwhelmed and like immediately laser focus in on whatever emails at the top of my inbox or whatever task I think of first.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
About to be on the stretch of my walk that is around people, and I'm gonna get anxious and self-conscious talking to my phone. So I'm just gonna tell you now, I am en route to this Kacey Musgraves movie. Clear out of my apartment an hour before the movie, because my landlord wants to show it at 6 and the thing isn't till 7. So I figure I'll get there, get dinner, sit by the water, maybe like a sweet green salad. Even though I just went grocery shopping this morning, my plan was to prepare and eat at my house. That didn't go well. And I think when I was leaving, I saw the new prospective tenants. I wanted to be like, oh my god, are you here to see this apartment? I live there, blah, blah, blah. But what would that have accomplished? They also didn't look friendly.
What's up, y'all? It's Nicki Minaj. Roaches! She's a mammoth, of course.
Look in your face.
Stupid fucking dinosaur! Child. Anyway, so. But why y'all got to lie?
Okay, I'm home from my movie. It was it a movie? From my visual album screening. It was so good. I'm sad that I have to wait 2 days to listen to the album because the music was so great, and the visual album, you don't hear all of the songs in their full duration, I guess. Like, there's also some effects on them, so like the sound will change as the setting changes, and just like it's very cinematic. It was really, really, really wonderful. It was like one very, very long music video that was all interconnected, and the album is so good. That means nothing to you because you're a cat, but it's gonna be so good, Freddie. I got too nervous once I got into Georgetown to talk to my camera. So you saw like in little clips, I walked into town, I walked over to the water, I got myself a salad, I sat on the little patio area at Sweet Green, and then I walked over to my movie. And I just want to stress the importance of knowing how to be by yourself. I think regardless of your situation, I think regardless if you're single or if you are coupled, if you have roommates, if you have a big family, regardless, you should learn how to be alone, and to not only like know how to be alone, but like have fun being by yourself. Because like I love hanging out with my friends, I love my family, I love seeing people and spending quality time with my loved ones, but I also fucking love hanging out with myself. I take myself out on the most fun dates. But I also just want to say that doing things by yourself is a muscle, and it's sometimes awkward and hard. And when I was going into the theater alone, this just like logistically made the most sense. Of she released this one night only screening in just a small handful of cities, and when I went to go buy tickets, the friend that I wanted to go with couldn't. And then also beyond that, the seats are already almost sold out literally right after she announced it. I like sometimes forget how popular Kacey Musgraves has become. But there have been times when I have seen movies by myself. I've gone to a concert by myself. I don't know, I think sometimes it's fun to challenge what you think you're able to do, and also it's less stress doing something that you want to do, not having to like wait on other people, or not having to like appease other people's expectations, or you know, hoping that they're having as much fun as you are, or hoping that you're letting them know you're having a good, like the whole thing, you know? All that said, as someone who is comfortable being alone, someone who has done several more social activities alone, which as an aside, why are like movies and concerts such like a thing that it's taboo to do by yourself? Because it's literally like you're just watching something. It's not really like an activity that you get to do a lot of talking at, or like, you know what I mean? Anyway, beside the point, I still like got self-conscious walking into the theater and like going up to the ticket person by myself, and like going to my seat by myself, and being worried that like people were judging me. And I just want to like say that, because I think that that's okay. And I think that we are so conditioned to feeling embarrassed or nervous if we are perceived as being lonely, or not having friends, or whatever the case may be. And like, obviously, if you ever see somebody by themselves, you don't project an entire narrative about how they're a loser onto them. But for some reason, when the roles are reversed, we think that like everyone's looking at us, and everyone thinks that, oh my God, that girl's doing this thing by herself. How sad, how embarrassing. And like, that's not the case. So I don't know, now that I'm back home, just wanted to say, one, the visual album slapped. It was so good. By the time I post this, it will be out. So I hope you've also seen it. It's on Paramount Plus. And beyond that, you should challenge yourself to do things by yourself, because it is necessary and also kind of fun and freeing. But at the same time, you should have grace with yourself and know that that is hard. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of me, and I'm gonna get ready for bed now. Okay, bye. Oh, while I was gone, my landlord was showing the apartment, and he showed it to someone who wants to take it. So that's fabulous. The person who wants to take it also wants to take my TV stand. So now I don't even have to list it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm just gonna leave it here, and they're gonna Venmo me for it.
Wait, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Hello, it's now Thursday. I'm actually in what is soon to be my apartment. Fun fact. This obviously is none of my stuff, but my friend lives here right now. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. I'm taking over the apartment when my friend moves out, who I actually used to live with. It's a whole thing. I'm very excited. It also just makes the moving process a lot easier for a lot of reasons. But I'm here today being a dog aunt. Honey, that's embarrassing. I don't know if you want that on YouTube. The dog went out, but I figured in as much as I'm here, I needed to measure a few things. So I'm now back onward to my apartment. See you back here soon, kind of. Welcome to this different view of my living room. It's amazing how I've been able to make the space look pretty big, considering, I mean, there's no couch anymore. So it's Thursday afternoon, which means it's time to set up for my live radio show that I do every Thursday at 5. I am hoping when I get into the new place that I don't have to do what I'm doing right now, which is setting up this like card table that I keep folded up in the corner and like move my entire office setup from my bedroom into my living room so I can hardwire into my router. I'm hoping I can figure out a way to not make that a thing because it's just an hour-long radio show and it's a lot of movement to like build and tear this down every single week. But cue the time lapse of me doing that.
Should she suffer? All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
30 seconds, 15 to open. All right, you got it. I have Tim. Tim is calling in from Massachusetts.
Iridocyclitis.
Welcome back to my kitchen, all 2 square feet of it. You have your moment. It is Friday. I decided that I wanted to develop a new personality trait today by going to Michael's and picking up a new hobby that I was gonna get obsessed with for 3 days and then forget about. I wanted to try linoleum, like lino cut printmaking because I saw it on TikTok and it looked really satisfying, but Michael's didn't have kits for it. Will I let the dream die in as much as it would have ultimately been a waste of money? Probably not. Probably just gonna order a kit on Amazon. But the actual reason I went is to buy Rit dye because my new couch that you guys have not seen yet, that I don't think is shipped yet actually, it is olive green velvet and it's gonna be really, really, really beautiful, but it needs new throw pillows because the color scheme is different and a lot of the pillows that I had were already velvet and I feel like velvet pillows on a velvet couch is just overkill. So I had this plain white pillow from Target that was kind of dingy, I was kind of over, and I was gonna throw it away and just get completely new pillows, which I won't lie to you, I probably will do a little bit of that. But I had the thought, if I dye that white pillow a really cool like orangey terracotta color, then it'll be like I have a whole new pillow and I won't spend like 30 bucks. This Rit dye was only $4. This is ultimately gonna be like an $8 project because I already attempted once and I actually have the pillow right here.
That is not correct.
And it's showing up way paler in person, but the dye didn't take, as you can tell. It did a little bit, so I wanna re-dye it. I think this is the exact same color I used last time, but last time I just didn't soak it for long enough. I got really impatient. Now I have time to like really let it soak for a while, and I've just cleaned my sink. I'm just gonna dye it in here. I read online that if the sink is stainless steel, it won't turn the sink orange. Hopefully that's the case because I'm really just putting all my faith into what I read online. Worst case scenario, I just fuck myself out of my security deposit. I think it'll be fine.
Okay. Ooh, this out, ooh, ass this out, ooh, hit it. Ooh, this out, ooh, ass this out, ooh, hit it.
Okay, after soaking for an hour, this is what she looks like. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't have high hopes because this is kind of what she looked like last time. And then she came out like peach when I put her in the washing machine.
Somebody lied to her several times and told her that she was fly, hot, and sexy and beautiful, and she's nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
It it like got a little more color